185-pound D-tackle, D-end, plays everywhere on the line. When he went to the combine, what were you, 296?
Yeah.
We had to get him to, our goal was 300 because we wanted him to be drafted to a 4-3 team or a 3-4 team. And you did get drafted to a 4-3 team, right?
Yeah.
If he wasn't that big, he wouldn't have got drafted there. He got there, they saw how athletic he is, so they want him to drop weight. So now he's 285. 40 at Indy, I want to say was a high 4.8, low 4.9 hand. I think the laser was 5.00. Was one of the strongest here. What was your vert, 33 or 4?
34.
34 was one of the highest verts for the D-tackle. The fastest D-tackle shuttle?
Yeah.
The fastest D-tackle shuttle. So did everything great. Went from a 5th to 6th round projection by CBS to 2nd round, 36 overall, almost in the 1st round. And then Kareem was in 2010. 3rd round projection, by the NFL grade coming out after his junior year. Went to Indy, set it on fire, ran fast, and was the 2nd DB taken with the 20th pick. But what I really want to show here is how the SHREDmill is going to kind of vary for different runs in their weights. And honestly, how impressive the speeds are that Wolfe can hit. Wolfe hits linebacker speeds by far, linebacker running back speeds. Kareem will hit some DB speeds, and then we'll kind of shut Kareem down. All right, so hey, this is just 10% elevation, 0 resistance. Just jog on it and try to keep it between 9 and 10. Push it, go ahead and push it, and then let go and try to jog with it. And if it gets good, now you see, just if it drops below 10, you know, you can push a little bit. Now remember, Wolfe's 285, you see how smooth he runs? That's why he's keeping this at, you see it all around 10, 11 miles an hour. You're going 30 seconds, okay? But Wolfe is trained with us for the combine, foot loaded. His knees aren't popping up yet because he's not working on stride. Does that make sense? It's just a nice, smooth, constant movement. Perfect, rest. Okay? Just go ahead and stretch out those hamstrings, you know, behind your grabs and stuff. Okay? So now we'll go Kareem. Kareem's lighter. It's a little bit under 190 now. Okay? So he's not going to be able to push it to, I don't think, 11 to 12 miles an hour like Wolfe. So just push it to about 9 miles an hour. Go ahead. Push it. Now let go and try to maintain it there. And if it drops below 9, just put your hands there and push it again. Again, he trained with us for the combine. You see that flat foot? See how his toes loaded? And you see how he can maintain his speed? When we get guys here that have not trained with us for the combine, they don't know what, they can't generate power. 7 more seconds. And rest. So stretch out your hamstring. Wolfe, I'm gonna start this, take about a minute and a half and just get loose, okay? So now what we're gonna do with them is they did 30-second runs. Wolfe, because of his downforce, was like 10 and 11 miles an hour. Kareem, because of his downforce and weight, was like at 8 or 9 miles an hour. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna move him up to 12.5%. And I'm probably gonna put Wolfe on 1 when I do that resistance 1, just to counterbalance his power. And we'll see what that does, but we just want him to do a little faster now, about 20 seconds, so he's getting into more speed. We'll drop the resistance, put the resistance from 1 to 0, and let Kareem go a little faster for 20 seconds. So what we're doing here now, guys, we're doing the exact same thing we just did. Just going through conditioning and warming up first, okay? If this was the combine, I'd be going through that whole 25-minute warm-up, first step explosion, coming out of starts, and then doing this. And I wouldn't be doing the conditioning phase for combine, guys. I'd be working on stride and power, stride and power.
How long have you been working with both of them?
I've been working with Kareem since 2010.
For the combine?
Yeah. So most of our business is built through the combine, and then they all come back. And then Wolfe came 2 years ago in 2012.
Okay.
So. All right, Mr. Wolfe, when you're ready, you're just going to do another little jog. Okay? Yeah, that's our job. Now you're just going to go 20 seconds. So what I did is I'm going to move this hill to 12.5%. But remember, if I move this to 12.5%, with Wolfe, not only his body weight of 285, but his downstroke power and form, I think he'll spin it out. So we're just kind of guesstimating here. But we're going to put it on 1. Yeah, so go ahead and just push it first. Get it above about 12. No, push it. And then try to float and relax it. Perfect. Yeah, and this guy is right around 10, 11, 12. We want to go 20 seconds. Good. And if you notice, now his knees are popping up more because he's having to generate more power because he's against resistance 1. Make sense? And rest. Good. So I'll stop it and tell me what his max got up to. 13.6 for 20 seconds. He was averaging about 11. Kareem's going to be lighter, so all I did was just take off the resistance. And I want him to be the same speed, so I'm going to tell him, hey, try to get up to about 12 or 13 miles an hour and maintain it for 20 seconds. Go. Good, now let go. Good, he's at 12, and that's perfect. Good, make push it just a little faster and then try to maintain it, Kareem. Push, right there, and try to maintain it. Perfect, 5 more seconds. And rest. Good. All right, you guys go through more of those little warm-ups. We'll give you guys about 2 minutes. Okay? And we'll do one last little warm-up run. And remember, we'll keep Wolfe at 1, resistance 1, and we'll go 15% with him. And that's going to get him going pretty good. And we'll just tell him to go 10 or 12 seconds before we start working on hills. Again, all we're doing is just warming them up. We're taking them from 30-second runs, making them generate their own power for 30-second runs, to letting them warm up. Then we'll increase the hill a little bit, let them increase the speed a little bit for 20 seconds. Then we'll increase, let me go ahead and show them warming up. Okay. Then we'll increase the hill a little more, let them increase the speed and maybe go 10 or 12 seconds. Now after this 10 or 12-second run, they should be pretty much warm, and we'll bring the hill up. And we'll have them start working on some hill strides and some hill bursts. And then that's where it gets pretty impressive, because our goal is to honestly get Wolfe up to about 17 to 18 miles an hour today. But it is the end of a week, so his legs are dead. I know if it was fresh Monday, we could do it. But we will see. All right, so this is 15. So all you're going to go is 10 to 12 seconds, okay? Okay, go ahead and push a little bit. Right there, now good, let go. It'll kind of start flying. There you go. Perfect. Keep it up like that. 6 more seconds, Wolfe. Perfect. 1 more second. And rest. So he got that up to like 13.4. I think when he first started pushing, it got all the way to 15. 16. But he was maintaining 13.4, 12, nice and easy. Big guys don't normally run like that. Okay? We got a lot of sweat there. Not a lot of sweat there. Okay, so Kareem, all I did was bring the resistance from 1 to 0. Okay, same thing, just try to get it to like 13 or 14. Go. Now let go. Perfect. You see how good his stride is? That's perfect stride there. Perfect. 5 more. And rest. Perfect. So it's beautiful when people know how to run. The only way we taught them how to run was with our speed warm-up. That's it. That's why you notice I'm not even warming them up right now. Because they know it. So they know the speed warm up. They know how to warm up. They know how to get their heel up. They know how to pull their knee. They know how to snap their elbow back. They know how to transfer power on the ground. I can tell him, hey, we're going 30 seconds. If you notice Wolfe, when I told him 30 seconds, he wasn't sprint forming. He was kept his toe loaded and was just transferring power on the ground. Because he knew 30 seconds, there's no way I can have sprint form for 30 seconds. I gas out. So then when I said 20 seconds, if you noticed, all of a sudden, he started doing more sprint form. And when I told him 15 seconds, 12 seconds, you notice, now he looked like a sprinter. He knew in his mind, as that time came down, he had to start increasing from striding to sprinting. Make sense? Question?
So if all we did was work on our speed mechanics for 2 weeks, and we stepped on this for the first time, we'd be able to flow with it.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So now we're going to move it up to 20%. Okay? And what we'll do is we will start Wolfe at level 5. Okay? And Kareem at level 1. I mean level 4, I'm sorry. Just down 1 level. Okay? And we'll let them hit some hill runs. And they're close to a season, and they've been through a week. But we're not going to gas them out, but we'll let them go pretty good. Okay? So all we're going to do now is just, hey, 10 to 15 second runs. We're going to do 3 or 4. Okay? got a good hat on? Yeah, you got a good hat. Okay, so hold on. When you did level 5, remember? I think you were like at, I forgot how fast you got it.
12, 13.
Okay. So now hit that reset button. And go ahead. Just stride. Let go. It's going to be easy. It's going to be easy. Just stride. So you see how even though he's at 8 or 9 miles an hour, even at 7, he's still running with a smooth stride and it ain't bouncing around on him? Does that make sense? That's what you're trying to teach people to do. And rest. Make sense? Normal guys, we get on there and we try to tell them to run with a smooth stride. They can't do it. Like, and I wasn't picking on it, but you're jumping all around. He can go, like, it's smooth. Okay? So all we're going to do now is drop Kareem to 3. I mean, Wolfe was on 5. Kareem's going to go to 4. Okay? Now remember when we were running at 4, I was like 6 to 7 miles an hour. But he's a little more powerful. He should probably be 7 to 8 miles an hour. Okay? Go ahead and hit the reset button when you go. Whoop. Yeah, go ahead and hit it. Now go. Let go. And just run with a stride. Good. You see 7 and 8. So he's keeping it above 7. Does that make sense? And you see how he's not herky-jerky with it? He's still just snapping the heel up, pulling the knee. 4 more seconds. And rest. It is not a bad idea. Like when they first get back and train with me, we stay at that level for a while. And we do like 20, 30 second just runs. We ain't trying to improve their speed. We're just trying to get them in shape and work on sprint mechanics. Does that make sense? So they're working on 20 and 30 second hill runs of that slow. Okay? So now we're just going to play with them a little bit, right? Wolf's going to go to 4, Kareem will go to 3. Okay? And as the resistance comes down here, their speed will go up. And there will be a point at 20% elevation to where they can't keep up anymore. Okay? But once they get to that point, I know what their max resistance should be for max speed. I write it down, put it on a sheet, and then I back them off and I'll train them for 2 or 3 weeks on stride, get them looking pretty, then we'll come back and get max speed again. And that's what we do with Jacoby. And Mark Ingram. Like Mark Ingram, when we started with like 16.1 miles an hour, I think his top lift speed. And I was just like, man, if we can get your lift with your quickness and power that we talked about last night, on Wednesday when he was doing it, he was like 18.3. And he looked like a totally different person because he learned how to run with stride. Jacoby even went from like 18.9 miles an hour to 20 miles an hour. Okay? So 20 miles an hour up a 20% incline is flying. Okay? What was more impressive about Jacoby than, all right, well, with Jacoby and them is even him and Travis Benjamin, when they got flat, they could drive the treadmill to 20 miles an hour. Okay? And I know that's what John wants to try with. All right, Wolf, ready? So now Wolf is on 4. So this should let you get about 10 or 11 miles an hour, I guess. Hit that start, that reset button when you go. You good? Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Take it 5 more good seconds. And rest. Good job. We're just going to do about 2 more, okay? It's just going to get faster and faster on you. So that was, remember Kareem was only getting like 7 at that level, right? 7 miles an hour. That was the same level Kareem was on because of Wolf's body weight and power. He was getting at what, 10, 11? Okay? If you can't remember what he got to, all you do is you come hit this thing. Since I let the go-to part, told me his average 3.9 was up, but he got it at 12.3. Okay? Now we're going to drop Kareem to 3, right? And this is where it gets a little frustrating, guys, is when we were getting to 15 to 16 and we were dying, and it felt like we were sprinting as fast as we could. When these guys get to 15 to 16, they kind of make it look a little smooth, and it kind of gets frustrating. But then when they got to watch Jacoby Ford and Travis run at 18 and 19, and it looks like they're not running, they get frustrated. Okay? All right, hold on 1 second. So you're just going to hit that button when you start. Okay? 12. 12 will be good. 12. Good. So he's at 11, nice and easy. 11.8 I saw. Good. Couple more seconds. And rest. Okay? So that's a real good, even at level 3, like during the season for Kareem, just getting in his garage, that's why he bought one of these, getting in his garage and just working on stride. Okay? What did he get up to? Telling me 11.8. Make sense? So now we're going to go Wolfe on resistance 3. Wolfe will probably, I think you got to resistance 2 or 1 when we were indoors the other day.
Thanks, that's good.
So,
I forget which one we were at.
yeah. Well, Wolfe, like I said, runs like, that's what makes him, he can run as smooth as a little guy. So that's what we want. We want all our big guys to have DB footwork and have the mechanics of a receiver. And then when we take them to combine, that's the only time we let them open it up and run 40. Now when Wolfe comes back for off-season training, he doesn't work on 40 anymore. This is honestly the first time, besides the other night, that we did hills, because he wanted to see how fast he could go. Okay? We've had our receivers doing it, but not him. Okay?
So Tony, these guys that have bought these shred mills for their personal use, they understand the levels well enough that they know what they're doing and they can run it.
Yeah. I mean, they've been working out on them for the past 2. They worked out them all in March, and then they worked out them all in July. And for Kareem, it's simple, because whenever you're ready, well, for Kareem, it's simple. It's like, hey, your sweet spot runs are going to be 20%, probably between 2 and 3. That was just 3. That was easy for you. 2 is going to pick it up. Hey, your speed runs are going to be at level 1. Well, you've got to see how your legs feel. If your legs are fresh and you want to get some speed work in, by all means, put on level 1 and gas out some speed. But if you're just working on conditioning, put it up the hill and work on levels 3, you know? Hold on one second.
It's going to spin out.
No, it's not going to, hold on. This one won't. One second. Hit it and go. Good. Good. And rest. Perfect. So, I think you got that up to about 15. So, what I'm going to do on this next one, Wolfe, and that's what we're going to do for like the video, is we're going to video it and I'm going to come up here and show how fast we got. Make sense? So Kareem is going to go on, this is level 2. So level 2 on Kareem, who is 190 and has got good speed and good form. Level 2 probably gets him to about 15, I think. Okay? So hit that start and go about 10 seconds. Hold on. Now here, one more. Go. Good. Good. Good stride. And rest. Perfect, bud. I want to see how fast he got it, right? I'm going to hit this button. I think he did 14.7 was the one I saw. 14.7. Okay? He makes 14.7 look easy. Okay? Now this next one, when we put Wolfe on 2, he'll probably get it to 15, 16, 17 miles an hour. Okay? So, we're about to run a 285-pound D-line guy at a hill of 20%. Okay? Why do you put it on them when I'm talking? There we go. We're about to run a 285-pound D-line guy at a hill on 20% and R resistance 2, which adds, I think, about 100 pounds of resistance. So 100 pounds of resistance is counterbalancing his body weight. I'm guessing, just because I know him, he'll probably be able to run and maintain about 15 to 16 miles an hour at this speed at a 20% incline. If it spins out on him, puts a lot of power, and he gets up to his max speed, if his legs are fresh at this hill, it's about 17 miles an hour. So we'll see what he does. All right, Mr. Wolfe. This may be your last one. And then we'll do some driving. You know I gotta get that good driving. What will be interesting though, which will be great, is Kareem should be better at Wolfe at lifting speed, which he is. So once when we come down to driving, we're not gonna max Kareem out at all. But we'll go like on the same resistance. It's like pulling a sled. And of course, Wolfe is gonna push a lot harder. Right? Okay. So hold on. Hit that when you're ready to go.
You're going to spin out of it?
Maybe.
Good.
Yep.
8 to 10?
Yep. Good. Good. And rest. Woo, good. And he maintained that. So I would say that wasn't even a spin out, right? He maintained it for a good 6-8 seconds at 16.5 miles an hour. Does that make sense? So that's not even his spin out speed. I'm not saying that's his stride length conditioning speed, but that's right dang near in the middle. Make sense? Okay. Wolfe, how do your legs feel? You want to try one and get to 17 like you did?
Yeah.
Your legs tired, don't do it.
He's fine. You can't hurt us on no. This is one, so Kareem at one, he'll probably get it to 17, 18 miles an hour right there. Okay? Just run it smooth. Get that button to turn it on.
8 to
6 to 8. This as long, yeah. Drive. Good, rep. What did we get? 17.7, I think, on that one. Now I know Kareem's top speed when we're real fresh, which we're not going to push today. It's what, about 18.5, 18.6 the other day? Yeah. So that was on a. Well, we did that on a Wednesday midweek. Normally on Monday you can even get faster because the rest is a key component. You can't really work on sprinting on dead legs. That's why, like, with Kareem, I'm like, hey, that's good, you know? But now what's going to be impressive is we're going to put a 285-pound D-line guy running against the same resistance as a 180-pound guy that spun out on us. Okay? So on this next one, he's probably not going to be able to last 2 or 4 seconds. We just want to see how fast he can get it. And if he can look pretty while he does it. Does that make sense? You ready, Wolfe? Come on, last one up here. Arms are as big as my head. I would say as big as my legs. Maybe as big as your legs. Alright. So again, Kareem wasn't at top speed at 17.4, but he was getting it at 17.4. Does that make sense? Kareem's top speed is really about 18.6 on here. Travis Benjamin and Jacoby Ford were like 19.8 and 20 miles an hour on here. Imagine that. Like 3.5 or 2.5 more miles per hour than Kareem was making. Okay? Hit that start when you're ready. Lift, Wolfe. Good. 17.7. Make sense?
Still gotta get that JT. I just need to see the number. But I can't see it, so
Well, I mean, I can't make it any bigger than we made it, my bad. Yeah, you got 17.7.
I mean, I can't look on something. They wouldn't do it, read it if
17.7, right? Yeah, that's perfect. So now let's try to get Kareem. You want to spin one out or you want to go one? Okay. But these guys have been trained with them, so they understand the terminology. Spinning one out, not spinning one out. Spinning one out, they know they're just going to get it and try to fly. Okay? Now our combine guys, when we're training them, we'll normally be working a lot more on stride length at the beginning of their cycle and power. And then when we deload them, we'll start more on how fast they can get that stride length. And we'll honestly bring the resistance down on their power. And I'll kind of show you what I mean by that on this next little phase. Okay, go ahead, bud. Sorry. Want to go one more? Lift. Good, you got up to 18.3. Does that make sense? And you see how, like, when a little guy runs a 17 and 18, like, it was impressive as hell that Wolfe got up to 17, what did we get, 4? 7 today? 17.7. But Wolfe should be able to maintain it like he can. So Kareem got it up to 18 and was maintaining above 18. Does that make sense? Wolfe at his speed, we're just trying to get him there. Make sense? Okay, so now what we're going to do is, and with the fighters, Jake, I probably wouldn't do that much hill training besides just conditioning. You know, it may be cool to let them mess around with it, but now we're going to work on driving. Okay? When I say, like, we'll work on, Kareem, you want to do just do like 8, 4, and 0 with Wolfe. All right. Okay? And when I put on resistance 8, this thing goes up to 12 levels of resistance. Okay? We'll put it on 8, which is roughly about 400 pounds. I think every level is about 50 pounds, plus or minus, whatever the engineer says. Okay? So what I'm going to do, you guys, we're just going to do 3 push runs, all right?
All right.
So normally speaking, it would have been a real jerk move of me to have Wolfe run with a DB, but Wolfe can run like a linebacker, so it wasn't that much of a jerk move. But now what is a real jerk move is we're going to make Kareem now do the same energy, power, strength as a D-line guy. That's a jerk move, but we'll do it. Okay? So we're going to go, hey, Wolfe knows at resistance 8, it's going to be, and I tell him 10 seconds. There ain't no way at resistance 8 he can maintain his speed for 10 seconds. So he knows in his mind he's probably going at about 7, he's trying to maintain 70% intensity for 10 seconds. So if he goes 100, by the time he gets to 6 seconds, he's going to gas out and shoot. Or he won't shoot, but he'll be tired. Okay, go ahead. Try 10 seconds. Go a little harder, a little harder. Right there, maintain that. So he's at 10, 6, 11. Keep pushing, and rest. Good. So what was his drive speed for 10 seconds? 11 miles an hour. Okay? So now we'll go Kareem. Now to be a jerk, we'll tell Kareem at his body weight in the same resistance to try to maintain 10 and 11 miles an hour. Does that make sense? That means he's going to have to put a lot more energy into it. Drive. Good. 10. Good. Between 9 and 10. I saw him at 11-1. Keep going. And rest. Good. So he did get it up as high as Wolfe, but it's a lot harder for him to maintain. Make sense? Okay? Now we'll just give these guys a little rest. Okay? Just about a minute and a half. And now I'm going to bring that resistance from 8 to 4. And now I'm going to tell him he was doing 11. Now I'm going to try and tell him to go 13 to 14. Okay? And then when we bring all the resistance off, I'm going to try to tell him if he can get 17 miles an hour up a hill, I want to see him be able to accelerate into 17 miles an hour with his own power. And that's the key to this. Guys with long speed can run up a hill but can't accelerate into it fast. Guys with power speed can accelerate fast but can't have long speed. So it tells you what they need to work on. 5 more minutes? Should be good. Alright, so I'm just going to bring the resistance to 4. Okay, we're just going to go now. Hey, he knows now the resistance on the 4, and we'll go 8 seconds. So now I can give about 85-90%. Because he can handle that, okay? You ready? There you go. Good. Perfect. Good lean, heel snap, knee power. You said 13-1. And rest. 13-4. Okay? So now to be a jerk to Kareem, right? He's at 4. You're trying to tell him to maintain what a D-line guy does. You're trying to tell him to get up to 13. Okay? At that same resistance. Go. 8 seconds. Good. And it's harder for him, and that's fine. 12-2 I saw. And rest. But here's where it gets to be interesting, which is good. And it shows the difference of power. What does it tell us? So 12-2. Where Kareem should not be able to push something with weight on it as fast as Wolfe can. Right? That's like saying they're going to run the same speeds with the same amount of sled. It doesn't work. Okay? Wolfe is stronger, so he's able to push harder. But now we'll go no resistance. Okay? Now Kareem's speed should be faster than Wolfe. Okay? But it may not be because Wolfe is pretty dang good at acceleration. Okay? So Wolfe, like a D-line guy that's that athletic, we're honestly trying to get his acceleration speed as good as a DB. But what Wolfe won't be able to do is open it up and maintain it as good as a DB. That make sense? Okay? Alright, last one, guys. So with them, you've seen them how they warm up conditioning wise. That's like our level 1. You've seen how they work on hills. That's like our level 2. Level 3 is fast hills and working on driving. Right? How you feel? Do the last one. Okay? And good driving. Drive. There you go. And rest. Perfect. Look at this. 17-1. 17-1. So that's good. Okay? Kareem. I know if he's got stuff in the tank he can get 19.0 about. Today, we'll try to get above 18. Make sense? Okay. Yep. Drive it, drive it, drive it, drive it, drive it. There you go. And rest. I think you got the 18-3 today. 18-3. Make sense? So in the dry phase against resistance, Wolfe is faster. Make sense? Once you take the resistance off, now Kareem's faster. That's the way it should be. Okay? Lift speeds, Kareem's faster. The way it should be. Okay? So with this thing, you can really pick apart what people need to work on. If that makes sense. Does that all make sense? Cool. Who wants to work on pushing here? I know some of you guys do, and then we'll finish up the footwork. Is that what you guys want to do? Okay. Good job, Wolfe and Kareem.